like to say out here is Twin Day, which means let's go. So let's go. Jumbo friends, my name is Devani and I will be your safari guide driver out here on the Harambe Wildlife Preserve today. It's going to be a bit of a wild, bumpy ride, so we do have a few safety rules to go over before heading out. With the main one just being that you do remain fully seated for the entire duration of our trip, that you do keep those hands, arms, feet, and legs in the vehicle for the entire time as well. Now with all that being said, if you look above you, we'll see an animal spotting guide. That guide will help you identify some of our friends that we might find hanging out here throughout the reserve. So follow along with that guide as I call our friends out that we're going to see hanging out here. Now it does look like we are heading into the reserve. The first part of the reserve we are entering is known as the Little Insuri Forest, known for having a lot of shy and reclusive animals that are really good at hiding away from us humans and their predators. We are going to find an animal over on the right. It's going to be way back by the fence over there behind the tree. Let's see. There it goes. You can kind of see its black and white striped legs in that back right corner over there. That is an okapi back over there. That okapi has those black and white striped legs where it might remind you of a zebra. However, its only relative is going to be the giraffe. The giraffe is going to be its relative out in the wild. See it's hiding right behind that tree over there. Okapis and giraffes have a similar skeletal structure and a similar, very long, flexible prehensile tongue. That tongue can grow up to 18 inches long. So it is very, very useful for our friends to grab stuff out here. And we're going to continue a little bit deeper into the forest, keeping our eyes open for any more of our shy and reserved friends out here. Now there's going to be a black rhino. It's going to be sleeping right here, right close to us, right against this branch. Kind of looks like a gray boulder, but it is right over here. Right by those tree stumps back over there. Black rhinos, they are a very shy and reclusive animal. There are only about 5,000 of them left in the entire world as well. It's a very, very small number. Over on the left, this bird right here sitting down, that is a saddle-billed stork. When fully grown, that stork can stand up to 5 feet tall. And over on the right, we have a few of our antelope friends, our tan-coated friends closest to us. Those are greater kudu, sticking out the bushes over there. Greater kudu are the tallest antelopes. And then our red and white stripe coated friends over there on the right with the horns, those are great bongos. Bongos are the heaviest antelopes. Those bongos can weigh between 700 to 900 pounds. They can get pretty heavy. As we are exiting the forest, saying goodbye to our forest friends back there, we are going to head over to a more aquatic part of our reserve. It is known as the Sapi River. The Sapi River is going to be home to animals such as the hippo, the pink-backed pelican, and the Nile crocodile. So keep your eyes open in the water and around the water out here. Our animal friends hanging about. Over in the back right corner, there's going to be a hippo partially sticking its head above the water over there. You can't see that one all too well. You might be able to find another one up ahead on the left. As well, the white birds over on the right hanging out on that island and across the water. Those are pink-backed pelicans over there. Those pink-backed pelicans, they get their name from the pink color that actually does appear on their back during their mating season. And they have a wingspan of around 7 to 9 feet as well. It's a pretty wide wingspan. Over on the left, I do see one of our hippos hanging behind the island over there. You might be able to see a few more under the water, but it is a bit more sunnier out. They do like to stay submerged under the water for longer amounts of time. They can be fully submerged underwater for 8 minutes at a time without coming up for any air. Hippos are going to be a very territorial animal as well. They don't like many other hippos or other animals or even other people in their personal space. They are always on the defense, ready to attack. Hippos can start off pretty big as well. They can start off with 85 pounds at birth when first born. Over on the left by the waterfall, there's a few more of our hippo friends hanging back over there. And as we approach this bridge, we are going to pass our Nile crocodiles on the left-hand side. Nile crocodiles, they are going to be the largest other crocodilian species in all of Africa. Nile crocodiles are going to have a very, very strong bite force as well. One of the strongest in the world, as they are one of the few animals that can crush and consume bone. So they will typically consume all of their prey. They can also grow to be very long as well. They can grow to be almost as long as a giraffe is tall, which is around 18 to 20 feet long throughout their lifetime. Now, speaking of the giraffe, we are now heading over to the next part of our reserve, which is the savannah. As you're going to see, the savannah is going to be a very wide open space. It is going to give a lot of room for our friends out here to roam around and move about. Before we head down there, over on the right-hand side, that very large tree you see over there without any leaves, that is the baobab tree, also known as the upside-down tree. Now that tree only has leaves for around 3 months out of a year, as most of the leaves do fall off, but that tree is able to hold a lot of water in its trunks that a lot of our friends out here do actually use as a main water source throughout the savannah. We're going to creep down. It does look like I see a bit of activity going on down here. Over on the right-hand side, our friend over there with the very large horns, that is an Ankoli cattle. It does look like there's a few more up here as well we're going to pass by. Then we're going to pass by our Hartman zebra hanging out. Now zebras, they are very social and friendly animals. Typically you will see zebras in pretty large groups or hanging around other animals pretty often. A group of zebras, they will be known as a dazzle of zebras, and they are all together. We're going to pass 3 more of our Ankoli cattle over here on the right. Ankoli cattle have those really large horns that might look heavy, but they're actually very light and hollow on the inside. They'll circulate blood into their horns when they get a little bit too overheated out here on the savannah. Now on the left-hand side, if you look a bit further back by that smaller tree laying down, those are African wild dogs. There's also one way back against that rock wall. Quite a few of them laying all about. They kind of camouflage a bit into that area. The African wild dogs, they might look very cute and cuddly, but they are one of the most successful hunters with about a success rate of 90% when it comes to hunting their prey. They are more successful than the lions, the cheetahs. They are a very, very good hunter. Over on the left, our friends a bit further back laying down with the horns curved backwards. Those are sable antelope. And then we have a Maasai giraffe over there by the tree. There's another giraffe up here as well. Going back to those sable antelope, however, they have those horns that are curved backwards that they will use as a defense mechanism to prevent predators from jumping on their back. We have one of our Maasai giraffe friends on the left-hand side over here having a nice little snack in the bush. And we're going to get pretty close to the zebra right here as well. Now, Maasai giraffes in general are going to be the tallest animals in the world. They can stand between 18 to 20 feet tall when fully grown. And they are the relatives of that okapi. They both have the similar skeletal structure and very long tongue. As you can see our friend over on the right-hand side trying to use that tongue to grab a snack high up on the trees up there. The giraffes, they do love to kind of test themselves to see how high they can go up, see how far they can reach with their tongue. Giraffes are also going to have a very unique way of giving birth, as they will give birth standing up typically. So it is a pretty high fall for that baby giraffe. However, baby giraffes do come out standing about 6 feet tall at birth, so they do start out pretty tall when they are first born. Coming around this corner, if you look on the right-hand side, off in the distance, our little friends over there with the brown and white coats of fur laying down, those are springbok. Those springbok can jump 6 feet straight in the air and 13 feet across all in one jump. They're a very, very agile animal. And we have a few wildebeests off in the distance. And then our friend right here with the brown coating and spiral horns, that is a eland. Similar to the springbok, that eland can also jump 6 feet straight in the air just from standing as well. They have a lot of muscle in their legs, and they're very, very strong animals. Again, get a little bit closer to a few wildebeest right here on the right, and another eland. Now, wildebeest, they are very hypersensitive animals. They do get startled very, very easily. A group of wildebeest, they will be known as a confusion of wildebeest when they are all together. They do get very, very confused when they get started out in the wild. Does look like on the left-hand side, we are going to pass by one of our African elephants over there, off in the distance, having a nice little snack. Now, when it is pretty sunny and hot out here, you will typically see our elephant friends throwing mud on their body. They will use that mud as a form of sunscreen. As it will essentially help protect them from the intense sun, as they do have very sensitive skin, so they want to make sure they are protected at all times. Now, coming around this corner on the left-hand side, you're going to pass a few greater flamingos hanging out. Now, greater flamingos, they are one of the lightest shade pink of all flamingos, and one of the larger flamingos as well. A group of flamingos, they will be known as a flamboyance of flamingos. And flamingos, they start out in more white and grayish color when they are first born, and over time they get that pink color from shrimp. Shrimp is going to be their main diet. Closely on the left, there's a few more elephants we're going to pass off in the distance over there. But now we're going to travel a little bit deeper into the savannah, keeping our eyes open for a few more of our savannah friends. Going to notice a lot more trees and bushes in this part of the savannah. So friends out here kind of like to hide away from the sun a little bit more, using all the shrubbery. And also they'll use it to hide away from their predators and help stalk their prey as well. Over on the right side, way far down by that green truck, there is an ostrich all the way down there hanging out. You might be able to see it once again when we get around the corner. Coming around this corner on the left, it does look like two of our cheetah friends are out and about walking around. They're right in this, one's right in this corner, one's a little bit further back up on the hill, back up there. But the other one kind of hid right behind the tree on the left back corner, right over there. Cheetahs are the fastest land animals in the world, reaching speeds of 60 to 70 miles per hour in under 3 seconds. On the right side, there are going to be a few rhinos up there, white rhinos up there on the hill, having a nice little rest in the shade. White rhinos, they can weigh between 4,000 to 5,000 pounds. So they are going to be a bit larger than that black rhino we saw a little bit earlier. Black rhinos only get to around 3,000. There's another cheetah up there on the left-hand side in the top right corner.
No, you're going to break it down.
This corner, it does look like I see our male lion. He is up on top in between these two trees up here on the left hand side. Letting us get a pretty nice view of him. It does look like we have caught up to both of our female lions. One is laying by our male further back. The other one's a little bit closer to us right here, laying away from us right on the rocks. Now, on a group of lions, the female lions are the hunters of the group. They do go out and do pretty much all the hunting, while the male lion will typically stay back at the rocks with the cubs and other females who may have been injured in previous hunts. Lions do also sleep for around 16 to 20 hours during the day, so they will sleep for most of the day. They're a nocturnal animal. They do most of their hunting at night. They can also see much better during the nighttime. Their eyesight does increase to about 5 to 6 times better at night than during the day. During the day, their eyesight is about the same as us humans. That ostrich we saw earlier may have went into hiding a little bit. Usually they like to hang around here and be hiding away from us though. It does look like we have some ostrich eggs though on the right hand side on the ground over there in that back right corner. Now ostrich eggs are very, very large eggs. One ostrich egg does weigh about the same as 2 dozen chicken eggs. So it does have quite the weight to it. But as we have just now exited the savannah, we have now entered the Magadi Glen part of our reserve. Up ahead we have our warded post, and our warded post is typically home to our Nigerian dwarf goat friends. It does look like they're over here on the left hand side hanging out. We have a few of them out and about. Now Nigerian dwarf goats, they are going to be a domesticated animal native to Western Africa and mainly used for their milk production, as they do yield a pretty high quality milk. A lot of farmers do actually sell their milk. We're a pretty stable source of income in smaller communities around the world. Now, as we have just exited the Magadi Glen and said goodbye to our Nigerian dwarf goat friends back there, does sadly look like we are going to be heading back to the village to get you all on your way with the rest of your day here at Disney's Animal Kingdom. But most importantly, we do hope that you enjoyed your tour with us here at Kilimanjaro Safaris and your trip around the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. So I always like to say, no trip around the reserve is ever the same. You never know what those animals are going to be up to at any given moment of the day. Those animals out there, they are not animatronics. They are not paid actors either. They are real live animals. We're always up to something new on any given day. So definitely come back, check us out. We'll be more than happy to have you. Take you on another trip around the Harambe Wildlife Reserve. Now, if I did have any wilderness explorers on board today, you all have been riding on the Simba 1. That's the SIMBA #1. Go and get that Wilderness Explorers badge.